Listen to me. You were not born to be average. You were not created to just exist. You were built for something greater. Deep inside of you, beyond the fear, beyond the self-doubt, beyond the excuses, is a power waiting to be unleashed. That power is your potential. And today, I came to tell you it's time to unlock it. Stop waiting for the perfect moments. Stop asking for permission. Nobody's gonna hand you your greatness. You've gotta go get it. You gotta dig deep. You gotta grind when it's not comfortable. You gotta push past your limits, because your potential is not found in your comfort zone. Let me be clear. Potential means nothing if you don't put in the work. You gotta wake up every day with hunger. You got to treat every moment like it's your last chance to become the best version of yourself. It's not about talent. It's about effort. It's about consistency. It's about believing in yourself when nobody else does. You're not too young. You're not too old. You're not too broken. You're just one decision away from stepping into the person you were meant to be. But you gotta move. You gotta act. You gotta trust that your future is worth fighting for. Unlock your potential. Not tomorrow, not next year, but right now. You can have all the talent in the world. You can be the most gifted person in your city, your school, your family. But listen to me, potential is useless without discipline. I don't care how smart you are. I don't care how much natural ability you got. If you don't show up every day, if you don't put in the work, if you don't sacrifice, your potential will rot. That's real talk. You know how many people die full of potential? You ever walk through a graveyard? That place is full of dreams that never got started, businesses that never got built, books that never got written, songs that never got sung. You know why? Not because they weren't capable, but because they lacked discipline. Discipline is what separates the talkers from the doers. Discipline is the difference between a wish and a plan. Everybody wants to be successful. Everybody wants to be great, but only a few are willing to pay the price. Because it costs something. It costs time. It costs sleep. It costs comfort. It costs friends. It costs distractions. And that's where discipline comes in. Discipline is when you wake up at 5 a.m., even when the bed feels warm. Discipline is saying no to the party because you got goals to chase. Discipline is turning off Netflix and opening your books. Discipline is running the extra mile, doing the extra rep, staying one more hour to finish what you started. That's what separates winners from wishers. You see, when you got discipline, you don't need motivation every day because motivation comes and goes. You're not always going to feel like it. But discipline says, don't care how I feel. I made a commitment. Discipline says, show up no matter what. And when you live like that, your potential finally starts to grow. Let me break it down for you. Potential is like a seed. That seed may have everything inside it to become a giant tree. But if you don't water it, if you don't give it sunlight, if you don't plant it in good soil, what happens? Nothing. It dies. It stays buried. That's how your potential works. Discipline is the water. Discipline is the sun. Discipline is what brings it to life. Some of you keep praying for a breakthrough. You're asking God to bless you, but you won't even get up on time. You're asking for success, but you're not managing the time He already gave you. You want more, but you won't even maximize what's in your hand right now. And that's why discipline matters. It's how you prove you're ready for more. You say you want to be great, right? Then show me. Show me in your schedule. Show me in your grind. Show me in your daily habits. Because greatness ain't a one-time act. It's a lifestyle. It's what you do when no one's watching. It's the decisions you make in the dark that decide who you are in the light. I wasn't born successful. I was homeless. I was a high school dropout. I had every reason to quit. But I chose discipline. I chose to get up early. I chose to stay in the library. I chose to say no when everybody else said yes. And over time, that discipline unlocked my potential. Not talent, not luck. Discipline? Listen to me. You can't control how tall you are. You can't control your family. You can't control where you were born, but you can control your effort. You can control your schedule. You can control what time you wake up. You can control how focused you are. And when you master those things, when you choose discipline, you become unstoppable. So I'm asking you today, are you disciplined enough to become the person you were born to be? Are you disciplined enough to say no to distractions, Are you disciplined enough to push through the pain? Because the dream is real, but it only becomes reality through discipline. Every champion you admire, Kobe, Serena, LeBron, Jordan, Oprah, Elon, they all have one thing in common: discipline. They trained when they didn't want to. They practiced when others partied. They studied while others slept. And because of that, they became legends. You don't need more potential. You need more focus. You need more grit. You need more consistency, and all of that comes through discipline. So the next time you hear that voice in your head telling you to sleep in, skip the workout. Put it off till tomorrow. I want you to remember this. Your potential is useless without discipline. You already have what it takes. But do you have the discipline to make it happen? Everybody wants something big. Everybody's got dreams. You want success. You want freedom. You want the car, the house, the legacy. You want to make your family proud. You want to change the world. But let me ask you something. Does your grunt match your goals? You can't pray for $1 million life and put in minimum wage effort. You can't say you want to be elite and then move like you're average. It doesn't work like that. Your grind must match your goals. Period. Too many people out here talking big, but living small. You say you want to be the best in your class. Then why are you studying like you're trying to just pass? You say you want to be a world-class athlete? And then why are you training like a hobbyist? You say you want financial freedom? Then why are you wasting hours scrolling through social media instead of building something? Listen to me. Goals without grind are just good intention. And the world is full of people with good intention. What separates the successful from the sorry is successful from the sorry is execution. It's the work you put in when nobody's clapping. It's the sacrifices you make when nobody understands. It's how hard you're willing to go when you feel like quitting. You can't say, I want to be great, and then hit snooze. You can't say, I want to change my life, and then sleep 9 hours a day, party on weekends, and avoid pressure. Success is renting, and rent is due every day. Every single day, you got to show up. You got to grind like your life depends on it, because guess what? It does. I hear people say all the time, I want to be rich, I want to be famous. I want to be a millionaire. Okay, cool. Then I add to 9 a.m. What are you doing from 5 a.m. to 9 a.m.? What are you doing from 9 p.m. to midnight? Don't tell me what you want. Show me what you're willing to grind for. If your grind doesn't match your goal, you will always fall short. That's why so many people stay stuck. They dream big, but move small. They set massive goals, but bring little effort. That's not how you win. You got to reverse engineer your dream. If you want to be the best, ask yourself, what does the best do daily? If you want to be wealthy, ask how do wealthy people move? If you want to be in shape, ask how do elite athletes train? Then you copy the blueprint. You copy the mindset. You copy the hustle. You don't adjust the dream to fit your grind. You elevate your grind to meet your dream. You don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your habits. That means what you do daily must align with what you say you want. Want to be a doctor? Then you better grind through med school. Want to own a business? Then you better grind through failure. Want to inspire millions? Then you better grind through fear, rejection, and criticism. Every level you want to reach will require a new level of grind. The higher the goal, the deeper the sacrifice. Whoa! And if you're not willing to go all in, don't expect all out results. Let me say that again for the people in the back. If you're not willing to go all in, don't expect all out results. The reason I went from homeless to PhD, from high school dropout to international speaker, it wasn't talent. It was grind. I studied when I was tired. I worked when I was broke. I preached when nobody knew my name. I gave 120% when I had every excuse to give up. I matched my grind to my goals. You want something? Stop waiting for the perfect time. Stop making excuses. Stop blaming your background. Start grinding like your future depends on it, because it does. This is your life. This is your legacy. This is your moment. And you're not gonna get there doing what's easy. You're not gonna get there doing what's average. You gotta wake up and grind like you're already there. You gotta act like the person you're trying to become. And you gotta put in the work day after day, week after week, year after year. Because when your grind matches your goals, when your actions align with your ambitions, nothing can stop you. The only question left is, Are you grinding hard enough for what you say you want? You say you want to grow. You say you want to be better. You say you want to level up, right? But every time it gets hard, every time you fail, what do? You bring out another excuse. I don't have time. I wasn't raised like them. I want money. I'm tired. I'm stressed. Let me tell you something. Excuses are the enemy of growth. Excuses don't build legacies. Excuses don't build empires. Excuses don't make champions. Growth is on the other side of discomfort. But every time you make an excuse, you stay the same. Every time you give yourself a reason why you can't, you just slam the door shut on your own progress. Let me ask you this. When was the last time an excuse made you stronger? When was the last time an excuse took you to the next level? Never. You grow when you fight through the resistance. You grow when you push through the pain. You grow when you say, oh, no matter what, I'm going to show up. You want growth? Kill the excuses. I've been broke. I've been homeless. I've slept in abandoned buildings. I've eaten out of trash cans. I had every reason to quit. I had every reason to blame somebody. I could have blamed my father for walking out. I could have blamed the streets, but I chose not to. I chose responsibility. I chose ownership. I chose growth. Because the moment you make an excuse, you give your power away. Excuses keep you trapped. They keep you in the same place year after year. Some of you are in the same cycle because you keep making the same excuses. You keep saying, I'll start tomorrow. You keep saying, this just isn't my season. But life doesn't wait on excuses. Life moves on. While explaining why you can, someone else is out there making it happen with less than what you have. You don't need better conditions. You need better commitment. You don't need a perfect past. You need a powerful decision. Right now, today, you can decide to stop hiding behind your excuses. You can decide to show up fully. You can decide to grind no matter what's happening around you. Growth requires truth. And the truth is, it's not the world holding you back. It's your excuses. Your excuses sound good to your friends. They sound good to people who don't expect much from you. But they don't sound good to your dream. Your dream doesn't care about how tired you are. Your purpose doesn't care about how hard life's been. Your greatness is waiting on the other side of your excuses. Let me break it down. The person you want to become is not compatible with the excuses you keep making. You can't be elite and be full of excuses. You can't be successful and keep justifying your lack of action. It's one or the other. Excuses or elevation. You choose. And hear me, when you stop making excuses, it's going to hurt because now you can't blame anybody else. You can't hide. You've got to look yourself in the mirror and say, if I don't have it, it's because I haven't done the work. And that's hard. That's uncomfortable. That's where growth begins. That's where transformation starts. When I stopped blaming everybody, that's when my life changed. When I stopped saying, oh, why me? And started saying, try me. That's when I leveled up. I didn't wait for perfect condition. I created momentum through movement. I refuse to let my past dictate my future. And guess what? You can too. You don't need perfect. You don't need easy. You just need to stop lying to yourself. You just need to be real enough to say, I haven't given it everything I've got. And the second you say that, the second you stop making excuses, you unlock a new level of you. Because excuses are comfortable. They protect your ego. They help you avoid the grind. Growth requires discomfort. Growth requires humility. Growth says, I don't know everything, but I'm willing to learn. I'm not where I want to be, but I'm not staying here. So I dare you today, drop every excuse. Drop the blame. Drop the blame. Drop the lie that says, it's not possible for me. It is possible. You just haven't been all in. You've got the talent. You've got the vision. You've got the calling. But as long as you let excuses live in your mind, you'll never reach your potential. The next time life gets tough, the next time you feel like quitting, the next time you want to point fingers, pause and ask yourself one question. Am I growing right now, or am I making another excuse? Choose growth. Kill the excuses. Unlock your destiny. You want to grow? You want to elevate? You want to become the person you were born to be? Then let me tell you right now, comfort is the cage of your potential. Yeah, I said it. Comfort is the enemy. Comfort is the trap. Comfort is where dreams go to die. See, Everybody wants to reach their potential, but nobody wants to leave their comfort zone. Everybody wants to succeed, but they want to do it without changing anything. They want the result without the sacrifice. But hear me loud and clear. You cannot grow and stay comfortable at the same time. That's not how life works. Your potential is waiting for you outside that cage, but you're too afraid to open the door. You're too scared of failing. You're too afraid of what people might say. So you stay where it's warm. Stay where it's safe. You stay where nothing challenges you. But I'm telling you now, your growth begins where your comfort ends. Let's get real. You weren't born to stay the same. You weren't created to just wake up, go to work, scroll through your phone, and repeat. You were built for more. But Omoya doesn't come to the comfortable. It comes to the bold. It comes to the bold. It comes to the brave. It comes to the one who says, I'm willing to be uncomfortable if it means I grow. Because comfort is deceptive. It feels good, right? It feels peaceful. But what it's really doing is holding you hostage. It's keeping you in the same place with the same habits and the same results. And every day you choose comfort, you choose to stay small. You choose to play it safe. You choose average over excellence. Let me tell you something. Your dream will cost you your comfort. That business you want to build, it'll cost you your free time. That body you want, it'll cost you your favorite snacks and sleep in. That book you want to write is going to cost you late nights, early mornings, and showing up when you feel empty. That impact you want to make, it's going to cost you your fears, your doubts, and the approval of others. But here's the good news. When you finally step out of your comfort zone, when you finally break that cage, you step into power. You step into potential. You step into the real you. Because the real you doesn't exist in your comfort zone. That's the weak version. That's the small version. That's the tame version. The real you is on the other side of the risk. The rejection, the grind, the pressure. Let me talk to you. That feeling of fear you got when you try something new, that's not a sign to stop. That's a sign you're getting close. That's the wall between who you are and who you could be. You gotta break through that wall. You gotta get used to the pressure. Get used to the heat. Get used to the unknown. Because that's where growth lives. You wanna fly, right? But you don't wanna leave the nest. You wanna win, but you don't wanna take the hit. You want the reward, but you don't wanna risk. Let me remind you, a caged bird can't soar. Woo! And as long as you stay in the comfort zone, your wings will never stretch. Your voice will never rise. Your greatness will never surface. I didn't grow when life was easy. I grew when it was tough. I didn't evolve when things were smooth. I evolved when it hurt. I evolved when I had to choose between comfort and calling. And every time I chose discomfort, every time I embraced the pain, I came out stronger. I came out wiser. I came out closer to who I was born to be. So here's what I need from you. I need you to identify the comfort that's caging you. Is it fear? Is it routine? Is it laziness? Is it people pleasing? Is it toxic habits? Whatever it is, break the cage. Walk out of it. Step into that unknown, because that's where transformation begins. You don't get growth without resistance. You don't get better without pressure. You don't get stronger without the stretch. So stop looking for easy. Stop looking for what challenges you. Start running toward the uncomfortable. Because every time you do, you expand your capacity. You unlock new strength. You unlock new power. And don't get it twisted. I'm not saying discomfort is fun. I'm saying it's necessary. I'm saying if you want to change your life, you got to be willing to be uncomfortable longer than everyone else. That's what separates winners from quitters. So today, I challenge you. Choose growth over comfort. Choose progress over protection. Choose freedom over familiarity. Walk out of that cage. Unleash your potential. And never look back. Because greatness doesn't live in the comfort zone. It lives in you. Everybody loves to talk about talent. He's gifted. Or she's naturally smart. Or they've got a God-given ability. And listen, I'm not here to say talent doesn't matter. Because it does. But what I am here to tell you is this. Talent alone doesn't win. Talent doesn't finish the race. Talent doesn't build empires. Talent might get you noticed, but consistency keeps you there. See, talent is flashy. Talent shows up loud, but consistency shows up every single day, even when no one's watching, even when no one claps, even when you don't feel like it. Consistency is the quiet killer. It doesn't need attention. It doesn't need motivation. It just grinds. Let me break it down. The most talented people in the world, some of them never become great because they rely on what they were born with. They lean on their natural gifts and then they stop working. But the one who's consistent, the one who gets up early, stays late, studies longer, trains harder, fails more and keeps going, that person passes them up every single time. Consistency beats talent when talent doesn't work. Some of you are comparing yourself to people who are more talented than you, and it's keeping you stuck. But what you don't realize is you got something even more powerful than talent. You got grit, you got hunger, you got the ability to keep showing up. And if you just stay consistent, if you just keep swinging, if you just refuse to quit, you will win. I was never the most talented speaker in the world. I wasn't the most educated. I didn't have the biggest vocabulary. But you know what I did have? I had hustle. I had commitment. I had fire. I spoke at schools for free. I preached in churches with 10 people. I recorded videos when nobody was watching. I stayed consistent when nobody was clapping. And I met millions listen. Don't you dare wait until you're motivated to work. Don't you dare wait until it's convenient to show up. Consistency means doing it when it's boring, doing it when it hurts, doing it when the results haven't shown up yet. That's the test. And the people who pass that test, those are the ones who rise to the top. Talent is potential, but consistency is performance, and performance wins. Listen to me. You don't need to be the smartest. You don't need to be the fastest. You don't need to be the strongest, but you must be consistent. Show up every day. Do the work. Master the boring. Embrace the repetition. Build the habits, because those small wins stack every single day. They turn into momentum. And that momentum turns into mastery. Let's keep it real. The reason a lot of people never see their dreams come true, it's not because they weren't capable. It's because they gave up too soon. They didn't stay long enough to see the seeds grow. They wanted microwave results. But greatness don't come in 60 seconds. Greatness is slow cooked. Greatness takes time. Some days you'll be tired. Some days you'll feel defeated. Some days you'll want to quit. But consistency says, I'll show up anyway. Consistency says, even if it's not perfect, I'll keep going. Consistency says, so I don't care what happened yesterday. I'm locked in today. That's how you separate yourself, because talent can give you a head start, but it can't run the race for you. Talent can open a door, but it won't keep it open. That's what consistency does. It keeps the door open. It keeps your name relevant. It keeps your grind alive. You think the greats became great overnight? You think Kobe because he was talented? No, Kobe was the first in the gym, last to leave. You think Serena became Serena just off talent? No, she trained while other people rested. You think I got here because I was lucky? No, I was consistent, day after day, year after year. So now I ask you, are you consistent or are you just convenient? Because if you only grind when it's fun, when it's easy, when you feel good, you'll never get what you want. But if you lock in and show up every day, rain or shine, win or lose, fired up or dead tired, where you will separate yourself from the crowd. Let everybody else get by on talent. Let them depend on luck. You build habits, you build work ethic, you build discipline, because those things never go out of style. And when the lights come on, you'll be ready. So don't worry if you're not the most talented. Don't worry if you didn't come from money. Don't worry if nobody knows your name right now. Just keep showing up. Keep working. Keep grinding. Because at the end of the day, consistency beats talent every time. You've been hit. You've been knocked down. You've been hurt. Maybe you failed. Maybe life didn't turn out the way you planned. But let me tell you something right now. You are stronger than your setbacks. I know it doesn't feel like it. I know some days it feels like life keeps punching and you can't breathe. Come breathe. I know what it's like to cry in silence. I know what it's like to be overlooked, underestimated, and under pressure. But hear me, the fact that you're still standing proves your strength. You might be bruised, but you're not broken. You might be bent, but you haven't been buried. You're still here, and that means it's not over. See, a lot of people treat a setback like it's the end, like it's permanent. But it's not the end. It's a part of the process. Setbacks are setups for comebacks. Every champion has lost. Every winner has failed. Every strong person has been weak. But the difference is they didn't stay down. They got back up. You don't grow from the easy days. You grow from the pain. You grow from the pressure. You grow when you have no choice but to keep going. You grow when you look around and say, no one's coming to save me. I have to save myself. Let me be real with you. I've been through it. I was homeless. I slept in abandoned buildings. I dropped out of school. My life was a mess. But I made a choice. I said, this will not break me. And that one decision changed everything. I turned my pain into power. I turned my setback into fuel. And I promise you, you can too. You got to stop thinking your situation defines you. Your past doesn't define you. Your failure doesn't define you. Your trauma doesn't define you. What defines you is what you do next. What defines you is how you respond. Will you rise or will you retreat? Will you fight or will you fold? I get it. Life's not fair. Life will break your heart and test your spirit. But you gotta learn how to fight. You gotta get some dog in you, some grit, some fire, some drive. You gotta stop letting one loss write your whole story. You are more than that moment. You are more than that moment. You are more than that mistake. You are more than what happened to you. You've been tested, but that test is meant to reveal the warrior inside. That test is meant to prepare you for the next level. You think your life is falling apart, but maybe it's falling together. Maybe that setback is what you needed to get focused. Maybe that pain is what's pushing you toward your purpose. Don't you understand? Pressure builds diamonds. Fire refines gold. Storms create strength. And every time you survive something you thought would break you, you become more dangerous. You become more determined. You become more powerful. So don't ask, oh, why me? Ask, oh, what is this trying to teach me? Don't say, I can't take this. Say, oh, watch me rise through this. Because you're not just a survivor. You're a fighter. You're a warrior. You've already overcome more than most people know. You're still breathing, still dreaming, still showing up. And that's proof of your power. You don't need life to be easy. You need to be resilient. You need to learn how to take the hit and keep moving. You need to learn how to cry and keep working. You need to learn how to hurt and keep showing up. Because real strength isn't smiling when everything's perfect. It's showing up broken and giving 120% anyway. You're stronger than you think, stronger than the depression, stronger than the rejection, stronger than the failure, stronger than the fail. You've been through too much to quit now. You fought too hard to stop here. So here's the play. Take the setback. Embrace it. Learn from it. Use it. Let it drive you. Let it shape you. Let it make you hungrier, tougher, wiser. Don't run from it. Run through it. And one day you're going to look back at this moment and say, I thought it was over. I thought I couldn't make it. But I kept pushing. And now look at me. You're going to inspire people with your scars. You're going to lead people with your story. You're going to shine because you didn't give up in the dark. So when the world tells you you're done, you look it right in the face and say, you must have forgot who I am. I don't break, I build. I don't retreat, I rise. I'm stronger than anything that comes my way because you are. You're stronger than your setbacks. Now act like everybody claps when you win. Everybody cheers when the lights are on. But what about when you're in the dark? What about when you're just starting and nobody sees your value? What about when people laugh, doubt, and turn their backs on you? That's when you need to believe in yourself the most. Because if you don't believe in you, why should anyone else? Let me say it plain. Belief is the foundation of greatness, not talent, not opportunity, not luck. Belief. And the hardest time to believe is when no one else does. When the crowd is silent, when your friends don't see the vision, when even your family starts questioning your dream. That's when most people give up. That's when they fold. But not you. You've got to look in the mirror when nobody is clapping, when nobody's encouraging you, when nobody even understands you, and say, I still believe. I believe in who I'm becoming. I believe in what I'm building. I believe that my grind is not in vain. I believe that my vision matters even if no one else sees it. Because here's the truth. They won't always see it. Most people can't see past you right now. They look at your current situation and try to define your whole life. They see struggle and they assume that's your ceiling. They see pain and they assume you're finished. But they don't know your heart. They don't know your fire. They don't know your hunger. And that's okay. They don't have to. When I started, people laughed. When I was sleeping on the floor, eating out of trash can, they counted me out. But guess what? I didn't need them to believe. I needed me to believe. I needed to wake up and remind myself, this ain't it. You were built for more. You've got something in you that this world hasn't seen yet. Let me talk to you. Self-belief is not arrogance. It's armor. It protects your mind when the world throws negativity at you. It guards your spirit when critics come for you. It keeps you grounded when success shows up, and it keeps you going when it doesn't. You don't get far in life hoping others carry your dream. This is your calling, your gift, your future. You've got to carry, you got to fight for it. You've got to believe in it so deeply that rejection doesn't shake you, failure doesn't break you, and silence doesn't stop you. Because real belief isn't allowed. It's not a post. It's not a quote. It's not a hashtag. Real belief is action. Real belief is showing up when you're not invited. Real belief is putting in the work when there's no applause. Real belief is doing over and over again when the results are invisible. That kind of belief changes everything. Look around. Some of the greatest success stories came from people that were doubted, dismissed, and disrespected. Oprah was told she wasn't good for TV. Michael Jordan was cut from his high school team. Walt Disney was fired for a lack of imagination. And me? They said I'd never make it out of the streets. They said I'd never get a degree. Now I've got a PhD. Now I'm speaking to millions. Why? Because I believe in myself before anybody else did. And you've got to do the same. You've got to believe in your dream like it already happened. You've got to believe in your potential like it's already unlocked. You've got to carry that confidence into every room, even if nobody knows your name yet. Your belief is a seed. The grind is the water. And your time is coming. Don't let someone else's doubt become your limit. Don't let their small thinking infect your vision. Don't shrink to fit their comfort zone. Expand to match your calling. So I don't care what they said about you. I don't care if they walked away. I don't care if they laughed. Because as long as you don't quit, as long as you keep showing up, as long as you keep believing, you are still in the game. You are still in the game. And you can still win. Belief is the beginning of becoming. So the next time you hear, you're not good enough, answer with, oh, watch me. The next time they say, you'll never make it, say, I already did, in my mind. Because when you believe in yourself before anyone else does, that's when your power becomes unstoppable. The world may not believe in you yet. Oh, cool. But it only takes one. That one be you. Let me break it down for you real simple. Time is your greatest currency. Not money, not status, not connections, not talent. Time. You can lose money and get it back. You can lose people and build new relationships. You can lose confidence and rebuild it. But once time is gone, it's gone forever. And some of you, you're spending your time like it's unlimited, like you got years to waste. But the truth is, you don't. Every second matters. Every day matters. Every choice matters. You can't rewind time. You can't refund time. You can't save time for later. So I need you to understand this. How you use your time determines your future. And I'm not just talking to the people who are lazy. I'm talking to the ones who are busy, but not productive. You're grinding, but you're grinding in circles. You're spending hours scrolling, watching, waiting, wishing, and then you wonder why nothing's moving in your life. You don't have a talent problem. You've got a time management problem. If you really want success, if you really want to unlock your potential, you've got to treat your time like gold, like it's sacred, like it's life or death. Because guess what? It is. Time is your life. And most people don't realize the value of time until it's too late, until the opportunity is gone, until the door is closed, until they look back and see the hours they wasted, the years they can't get back. But not you. You're going to value time now. You're going to learn how to invest your minutes, not just spend them. Let me tell you something about the greats. They don't waste time. They schedule every hour. They track their habits. They guard their calendars. They say no to distraction. You think Kobe got great by accident? You think Elon built Tesla scrolling social media all day? You think Oprah built an empire hitting snooze every morning? No, they protected their time like their life depended on it. Because it did. You want to know where you're headed? Look at how you spend your time. If you're on your phone more than you're in your grind, you already lost. If you talk more about your dreams than you work on them, you already behind. It's not about what you say, it's about how you spend. How you spend your 24 hours tells me everything I need to know about your future. We all get the same time. Rich or poor, black or white, educated or not, we all get 24 hours. So don't tell me you don't have time. That's a lie. You do. You got time. You're just giving it to the wrong things. You're trading your future for comfort. You're trading your destiny for entertainment. You're giving your life away in small, invisible chunks. Let me ask you this. If I gave you $86,400 a day and told you whatever you don't spend by midnight disappears, how carefully would you use it? How intentional would you be? Guess what? That's exactly how many seconds you get in a day. And most of us, we waste them like they don't matter. Time is your test. Every morning you wake up, God gives you another chance, another day, another block of time. The question is, what are you doing? Are you building or are you browsing? Are you practicing or are you procrastinating? Are you moving toward your goals or just moving in place? Because the successful, they don't wait for the right time. They create the right time. They don't hope it works. They put in the hours until it does. They don't let a single second slip. They don't need perfect. They just need time, and they use it. Stop saying someday. Someday is not a day on the calendar. You don't have someday. You have today. And what you do today will shape who you become tomorrow. If you really want to change your life, change how you use your time. Get up earlier. Plan your hours. Stop hanging around time wasters. Set boundaries. Set priorities. Get focused. Grind with intention. Work like your time is expensive because it is. It's more valuable than anything money can buy. And when you feel like quitting, when you feel like relaxing instead of grinding, remind yourself, every second I waste now is a second I wish I had. I wish I had back later. You only get one life. You only get so many years. And every minute you waste is a minute you can never buy back. So protect your time. Respect your time. Use your time like your dream depends on it, because it does. You want to be great? Then stop waiting for motivation and start showing up with discipline. Greatness don't come from height. Greatness don't come from random sprints. Greatness is built daily, painfully, deliberately, through consistency. See, a lot of you got passion for a moment. You go hard on Monday and disappear by Friday. You post about your goals, but you don't put in the grind. You're intense for a week, but you ain't consistent for a year. But listen to me. Anybody can work hard sometimes. The real ones, the successful ones, they work hard all the time. Not because they feel like it. Not because the world is watching, but because they know that consistency compounds. Consistency is how legends are built. You think LeBron got great because he worked out once in a while. You think Serena became the best by practicing when she felt inspired. You think Eric Thomas became a voice for the world because he gave one good speech and called it a day. No, we showed up when it wasn't sexy. We showed up when it wasn't popular. We showed up when nobody was watching. And because we showed up every day, now the world shows up to watch us. Let me break it down real. Bursts are emotional. Consistency is intentional. Anybody can get excited. Anybody can start. But can you keep going when the high wears off? Can you wake up and grind when there's no applause, no check, no reward? Can you lock in when everything around you is chaotic? Because that's where greatness is born, in the quiet, repetitive, unglamorous grind. The problem is, we live in a world addicted to quick results. You want it now. You want it easy. You want to blow up overnight. Success is a myth. What you see in a moment took years in the dark. I didn't get here because I was explosive. I got here because I was explosive. I got here because I was consistent. I didn't just speak once. I've been speaking for decades. I studied. I failed. I practiced. I've grown day in, day out. That's the formula. You've got to fall in love with the process, not the outcome. You've got to learn to master your habit, not just your hustle. Consistency doesn't just build success. It builds character. It teaches you how to persevere. It teaches you how to stay focused. It teaches you how to win even when it hurts. And yes, it's gonna hurt. Consistency ain't easy. You'll be tired. You'll be bored. You'll question everything. But if you can push through those days, that's when you separate yourself. And that's when you rise, not when it's easy, when it's hard. Don't get abs doing crunches once a week. You don't build wealth saving once a year. You don't build a legacy showing up when you feel like it. You build it by showing up when you don't. So stop starting and stopping. Stop going full throttle and crashing. Stop relying on emotion and start relying on execution. Set your standard, set your standard, set your schedule, and stick to it. Whether you feel like it or not, whether you're getting results or not, whether they're clapping or not. Because every time you stay consistent, you're voting for the person you're becoming. You're casting a vote for greatness. One rep, one call, one chapter, one practice at a time. And eventually, the world's gonna notice. They're going to say, where did they come from? But you'll know the truth. You were there the whole time, working, grinding, believing, showing up when nobody else would. And that's what made you great. So no more excuses, no more bursts, no more waiting for inspiration. You are not average. You are not random. You are chosen. And the chosen don't need motivation. They live by consistency. You say you want to grow. You say you want to change. You say you want more for your life. But let me ask you this. Are you willing to get uncomfortable? Because I'm going to tell you right now, growth begins where your comfort ends. You can't level up living soft. You can't become your best self in the same space where you've been surviving. You can't expect a new life doing the same things that made you average. See, comfort feels good, but it's a trap. It tells you, stay here, you're safe. It says enough. It whispers, you don't have to stretch. You don't have to stretch. But comfort never created champions. Comfort never changed the world. Comfort is where dreams go to die. You want to get to the next level? You got to walk through discomfort. You got to do what scares you. You've got to stretch so far that your old self doesn't recognize you. Because on the other side of fear, on the other side of resistance, on the other side of that uncomfortable conversation, that painful decision, that lonely grind, that's where your future lives. Let me be real with you. Growth hurts. It's supposed to. Muscles don't grow unless they're torn. Diamonds don't form without pressure. You don't build strength avoiding the storm. You build it by walking through it. Some of y'all are praying for growth but running from the process. You say, a God, elevate me, and then complain when he puts weight on your shoulders, but the pain is the path. Drew you. The pressure is the test. The discomfort is not your enemy. It's your invitation. Think about it. Every breakthrough you've ever had, wasn't it on the other side of discomfort? You had to leave that toxic relationship. You had to make that move. You had to step on that stage. You had to speak when your voice was shaking. You had to do what scared you to become who you are. So why stop now? Every level demands a new you, and the old you can't survive at the new level. That means something's got to die. Your excuses, your comfort zone, your fear of failure, your need for approval, your laziness, your distractions, they all have to go. You cannot bring average into excellence and expect to grow. I know it's not easy. Growth is lonely. Growth is painful. But guess what? So is staying stuck. You think it's hard pushing yourself. Try living with regret. You think it's painful grinding now? Try explaining to your kids why you quit. Try waking up 10 years from now, knowing you had the talent, the potential, the time, and you wasted it because you didn't want to be uncomfortable. Comfort won't reward you. Discipline will. Pain will. Persistence will. The caterpillar doesn't become a butterfly without breaking its own body apart. And if you want to fly, you got to be willing to go through the cocoon. You got to be willing to be uncomfortable, unseen, uncertain, unsteady, because that's how you grow. And don't let the world lie to you. Everybody out here wants to glow up, to shine, the stage. But nobody wants to stretch. But the truth is the grind is ugly. The growth is messy. And the transformation is violent. But if you stick with it, if you endure the pain of growth, you'll become unstoppable. Every time you step out of your comfort zone, you get closer to who you were created to be. Every time you lean into the hard thing, you gain strength, confidence, clarity. You stop shrinking. You stop playing small. You stop living by fear and start living by faith. So the next time you feel that discomfort creeping in, that fear, that tension, that voice telling you to back off, I want you to lean in. Press forward. That's your sign you're doing something right. Get uncomfortable. Sign up for that class. Say yes to the opportunity. Ask for help. Change your habits. Wake up earlier. Speak your truth. Because the life you want, the dream you hold, the calling you feel, it lives outside your comfort zone. So no more playing safe. No more hiding. No more shrinking to fit. You were built to grow. You were built to rise. You were built to stretch. Now go prove it. Let me tell you something that might shake you a little. You ready? You already have what it takes. Yeah, I said it. Everything you need to win, to grow, to overcome, to rise, it's already inside of you. You don't need to borrow greatness. You don't need to chase permission. You don't need to wait for a breakthrough. You are the breakthrough. See, the world's been lying to you. They've told you that you're not good enough. It's told you that you're not good enough, not strong enough. They've told you that success is for those people, for the lucky ones, for the gifted, for the chosen. Well, guess what? You are chosen. You're not some accident. You're not random. You're not a mistake. You were built with a purpose. You were designed with power. You were born with gifts the world hasn't even seen yet. The problem is, you don't believe it. You keep second guessing your value. You keep downplaying your potential. You keep waiting for someone to validate what God already confirmed. Let me say it again. You already have what it takes. That thing in your heart, that vision that won't go away, that desire that keeps you awake at night, that's not random. That's your calling. And your calling isn't waiting for the perfect moment. It's waiting for you to stop doubting and start moving. Stop telling yourself you're not ready. Stop comparing your chapter 1 to somebody else's chapter 20. Stop thinking greatness is some far-off thing you will maybe find one day. It's in you. Right now, I hear people say all the time, I want to be great. Cool. Then act like it, speak like it, train like it, walk like it. Stop acting like you're broken, like you're average, like you've got to become somebody else. To be successful, you don't have to become somebody else. You've got to become fully you. And to do that, you've got to tap into what's already there. Look, I didn't grow up with a silver spoon. I was homeless. I was high school dropout. Nobody gave me a Mac. Nobody handed me a mic. But I realized if I was going to make it, I had to dig deep and find the fire that was already burning in me. You think I got here because I waited on a miracle? No, I realized that the pain I went through wasn't meant to break me. It was meant to build me. I realized that I wasn't lacking. I just wasn't activated. Some of you are sitting on gold and don't even know it. You got talents you buried. Hot talents you buried. Ideas you've ignored. Strength you've never tested. And I'm here to shake you today, to wake you up and remind you you're enough. You're powerful. You're equipped. You don't need another course. You don't need another certification. You don't need more followers, more applause, more attention. What you need is conviction. What you need is courage. What you need is to look in the mirror and say, no more waiting, no more fear, no more small thinking. It's time. It's time to take the gifts off the shelf. It's time to silence the inner critic. It's time to stop living like a shadow of your true self. You already have what it takes. And here's the truth. Nobody's coming to save you. Nobody's coming to crown you. If you want the crown, you got to claim it. Fight for it. Work for it. Believe for it. Because when you finally believe in yourself, really believe, you become dangerous. You become untouchable. You become a force. And that's when life starts to shift. That's when doors open. That's when people take notice. Not because you waited, but because you woke up and walked in your power. So what are you waiting for? Stop sitting on the sideline of your own story. Stop letting fear call the plays. Stop letting the world define your worth. You are more than your past. You are more than your mistakes. You are more than the limits they placed on you. You are power. You are potential. You are purpose in motion. You already have what it takes. Now prove it. Get up, show up, and never doubt it again. You want to unlock your potential? You want to go to the next level? You want to live in your greatness, not just talk about it? Let me tell you something straight up. It's a daily decision, not a one-time event, not a New Year's resolution, not a motivational Monday, not a feel-good today moment. It's daily. Every single day, you got to choose to be the version of you that you were created to be, not the one the world trained you to settle for. Too many people out here want success like it's a lottery ticket. They want their potential to show up like Amazon Prime. Fast, convenient, guaranteed. But let me tell you something. Potential doesn't unlock with ease. It unlocks with discipline. It unlocks with consistency. It unlocks with sacrifice. Every day you wake up, you got two choices. You can be average or you can activate your greatness. You can hit snooze or you can rise with purpose. You can live by feelings or you can live by decisions. It's not about how you feel. It's about what you committed to. And commitment means choosing what you want now. See, unlocking your potential means you're going to war with everything inside you that wants to stay the same. That voice that says arrest when you still got work to do. That fear that says I'll play it safe when your spirit is crying out for growth. That laziness that says you deserve a break when your dreams are on the line. You've got to kill that version of yourself every day because potential doesn't show up when it's easy. Your potential shows up when it's hard. Potential is revealed when the excuses stop and the work starts. Let me break it down. Every champion you admire, they didn't get there by chance. They didn't wake up one day and stumble into greatness. No, they made a decision. Then they made it again and again and again and again. They made the choice to unlock what was inside of them, even when they didn't feel like it. That's what separates the successful from the spectators. Look, I'm not telling you it's gonna be easy, but I am telling you it's worth it. Because every time you make that daily decision, you build momentum, you build discipline, you build belief. And belief is what carries you when motivation runs out. You can't wait for the right move. You can't wait for the applause. You can't wait for the perfect plan. You've got to act every day, whether it's raining or shining, whether you're tired or fired up, whether they clap for you or ignore you. Your potential doesn't care about circumstance. It cares about consistency. So what are you deciding today? Are you deciding to grow or to shrink, to rise or retreat, to push or pout? When you make the daily decision to unlock your potential, you stop blaming the past. You stop waiting for a handout. You stop making excuses. You say, I'm responsible, I'm accountable, I'm in control of what I do next. And that decision becomes a habit. That habit becomes your identity. And that identity becomes your destiny. Don't miss this. Unlocking your potential is not about doing one big thing right. It's about doing the small things right every day. It's in the early mornings, the extra reps, the unread pages, the quiet prayer, the hard conversations, the uncomfortable choices. That's where the unlocking happens. In the unseen, in the uncelebrated, in the unfiltered grind, you want to rise, then rise today. Make the decision today. Choose discipline today. Say no to comfort today. Say yes to purpose today. Because greatness doesn't arrive. It's unlocked one decision at a time. Let me leave you with this. You don't become who you want to be all at once. You become them decision by decision, choice by choice, day by day. So don't let today be wasted. Don't let your potential sit locked inside you for one more moment. The key is in your hand. Turn it, use it, live it. Your future is waiting. Now go get it.